We also read today Mark chapter 9, verse 30 through chapter 10, verse 12. And this is where Jesus, he is repeatedly telling his disciples that he would suffer, he would die, but he would rise again. And yet they didn't understand. They were too focused on earthly concerns. They wanted to argue over who was the greatest. They struggled to grasp what true surrender looked like. They struggled. They didn't understand. And so they were thinking about the immediate concerns. How often have we done that? They think about the immediate concerns, but Jesus, he was preparing them for something greater. He is preparing you for something greater, and that something greater is eternity. Look at me at Mark chapter 9, verse 49. For everyone will be salted with fire. For everyone will be salted with fire. Now, reading this, and at first glance, this verse might seem a little mysterious, but when we break it down, we see that Jesus was preparing his disciples, and he is preparing all of us as believers for the refining process. So, what does it mean to be salted by fire? Well, in biblical times, salt had two primary functions. We use salt every day now, but it was two primary functions in the Bible. It was first preservation, because salt kept food from spoiling, and then it was for purification. Salt was used in the offerings as a sign of purification and dedication to God. And we read that in Leviticus chapter 2. Now, fire, that was used to test, to refine, and to purify. Fire refines gold. Fire purifies. Fire consumes impurities. So when Jesus says everyone will be salted with fire, he is teaching that believers will go through a refining process, a purification that prepares you for eternity. Now, there are two ways to be salted. There are two ways to be salted with fire. The first is the fire of the trials, because that's what refines us. As believers, we're going to experience the suffering, the trials, the testing, but it is not meant to destroy us. It is meant to purify us. It is not meant to destroy us. It is meant to purify us. So just like fire refines gold, our hardships, those trials, the testing, all of that refines our character, and it refines our faith. Jesus was preparing the disciples. He is letting them know that walking with him would not be easy. Walking with him would not be easy, but the trials they faced would produce spiritual endurance. And then the fire of sacrifice. That means that we are surrendering our lives. In the Old Testament, every single sacrifice was sprinkled with salt before it was being offered to God. Leviticus chapter 2. That means that our lives, your life, it must be fully surrendered to God as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing unto him.